Chill. Wake up ballin', man. Go to sleep stunned, man. Whole team on this one, man. Get on superstars. Gucci. Hey. One hell of a life. One hell of a life. One hell of a life. I feel Gucci. I'm living one hell of a life. Crazy color carries, baby, cover your eyes. Falling headlights and I'm smoking a lot. One of those nights in my hell of a life. I brought out all my ice so I shine like a star. You see me from afar, girl, you know who I'm on. A superstar, I'm a hell of a car. Scoochie, a superstar, it's a hell of a life. Rose, not beer, toast, baby say cheers. Major ice make it go brr. Cake so big it's like yeah. Swag so stupid, I'm a real time male. Got a bunch of screen niggas getting off no label. See me on front screen, but now I'm on cable. Able, and it's human nature to hate. Play again, paper, money like skyscrapers. I'm living one hell of a life. Crazy color carries, baby, cover your eyes. Falling headlights and I'm smoking a lot. One of those nights in my hell of a life. I brought out all my ice so I shine like a star. You see me from afar, girl, you know who I'm on. I get a superstar in a hell of a car. I get a superstar, it's a hell of a life. Went to sleep in Michigan and woke up in Miami. Where South Beach sleep with a bitch in my pajamas on the most special liquor for.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a minute since we did a show. And, wow, my controls are off. There we go. It's been a minute since we did a show. And, we're back. We're back. I know we've been away for about 6 weeks now. Finally back with another show on the Ville station. Oh, excuse me. On the Ville station. We back once again, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going for a while. Week 14, we missed a lot of action. We have missed a lot of action, but have no fear. Cheddar is here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into these scores and recap these scores from earlier today. I'm going to start with Thursday night game. I'm also going to discuss my picks. So, here we go. Minnesota played Arizona Thursday. Arizona won that 23-20. I did pick Arizona to win that game Thursday night. Sunday, we had the Buffalo Bills taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. LaShawn McCoy versus Chip Kelly. A bad feud between those two. But it seems that Chip Kelly was the smarter man in this one, and he won 23-20. Big thing in that game was DeMarco Murray did not come out as the number one back. He actually came in on the 7th offensive play of that series. I think Murray's time in Philly is slowly coming to an end, and I think he wants to go back home to Dallas. But that's just me speculating. Next game we had was a blowout. The Seattle Seahawks 35, Baltimore Ravens 6. Russell Wilson had 5 TDs on the day. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's safe to say now that we can put Russell Wilson in the conversation for MVP this season. I know some of y'all don't want to, but I think it's safe to say we can put him in conversation for MVP this year. Next game we had was the 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland actually won that game. Johnny Manziel started. Cleveland won that game 24-20. Manziel was 21 for 31, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Next game we had was Detroit Lions taking on the St. Louis Rams in Detroit. Did not come to play that game. The St. Louis Rams won that game. Todd Gurley had 16 carries for 140 yards with 2 touchdowns. Big day for Todd Gurley. Next game we had was the Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans, and you know how we did. We did our thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Fitzpatrick, 21 for 36, 263 yards, 3 TDs on the day. Chris Ivory had 22 carries for 101 yards, and Brandon Marshall 6 receptions, 125 yards, and a touchdown. We won that game 30-8. The next game we had on the schedule was the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And Andy Dalton did actually go down in that game in the first quarter. And once he went down, the game was pretty much over. Their tight end also went down too. Tight end also went down too with a concussion. They won that game, Pittsburgh 33-20. Ben Roethlisberger 30 for 39, 282 yards, no TDs on the day. Next game we had on the schedule was the blowout game, actually. Jacksonville took on the Colts, and they beat up the Colts 51-16. Matt Hasselbeck did lead the game with an apparent injury, but there was no excuse for the way Jacksonville manhandled the Colts. Blake Bortles, 16 for 30, 250, and 3 touchdowns. Uh, big day for Bortles. That was a pretty good game. Kansas City versus San Diego. That game did come down to the last series of the game. San Diego fell short to the Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith, 5 for 23, 191, and a touchdown in that one. Next game we had was the Washington Redskins taking on the Chicago Bears. And Washington won that game 21-20. Cutler was the 19 for 31 with 315, 2 touchdowns in that game. Next game we had was the undefeated Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons did what I just thought they would do and what they have been doing for a while this season, stinking it up. Cam Newton, 15 for 21, 3 touchdowns, 265 on the day. Ted Ginn, 2 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Good God Almighty. Jesus. Next game we had was the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game came down to the last possession as well. So a third down stop. Actually, Tampa Bay needed a third down stop, and they couldn't get the stop. So the Saints did take that game. Breeze did have a big day. 31 for 41, 312, 2 touchdowns on the day. So not a bad day for Drew Brees. Next game we had was the Oakland Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos, and it seems that the Broncos offense has went back to their original ways. So just seems that they just made a complete circle, and Oakland won that game 15-12. Brock was 35 for 51, 308 yards, no touchdowns. David Carr, 12 for 29, 135 for 2 touchdowns. Last game we had on the schedule was the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowgirls. Dallas lost that game again, 28-7. So that pretty much rounds up our stats and recaps our game for this week right here. So let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of news. Since I haven't been around in a while, just been busy. Actually, my system failed. I had a hard drive problem. But I am back, and we're back in business. So, big thing I want to talk about is the MVP race. So this is my biggest thing right here, and I think that this year's MVP race is going to come down to 3 people. I think it's going to be Carson Palmer. I think it's going to be Cam Newton. And I think it's going to be Tom Brady. But I would like to say that you can't talk MVP and not at least mention Russell Wilson and in the past couple of games that he's had. Now, see, we have to remember, as an MVP of the league means that you're the most valuable player, but you're also the biggest asset to the team, meaning that team can't win without you. And the Seattle Seahawks' success is only as good as their quarterback success is. Carolina can continue winning games even without Cam Newton on the field because Carolina has a defense that can cause turnovers and that can score off turnovers. New England is built around a system. So if they're completely healthy with all their receivers on the field, Brady doesn't have to be there. They can still win without Brady. We seen that a couple of years ago when Ryan Mallett took over the controls in New England and had a great season. New England is built around a system. The Seattle Seahawks, on the other hand, is a run-first team, but without Marshawn Lynch in the lineup, without that workhorse in the lineup, and without Jimmy Graham in the lineup as well, Russell Wilson is relying more on just his pure skill and pure determination to win those games and to put up the numbers that he's put up. So we have to look at that when we talk about this race for MVP. I mean, if you want to be technical, Russell Wilson has thrown over 3,000 yards this year. He has 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I mean, the guy's been having great. He's got numbers that can match Brady's and that can match Cam Newton's numbers. If you want to be technically, his numbers are better than Cam Newton's numbers. And remember, Cam Newton has the weapons around him, who has better weapons around him than Russell Wilson. So we can say that much about that. I just don't want. I like Cam, but at the same time, you have to respect Russell Wilson because nobody is doing or nobody has done what he's doing right now with the help that he has. Awesome. That's just awesome right there. I mean, there's no way I can say it. It's just awesome. Now, AP does deserve a little bit of recognition, but I think AP will get comeback player of the year. They'll give him that award, but they'll give MVP either to Cam, Brady, or Palmer. But you have to add Russell Wilson to that conversation. You have to. It is not. You can't base it off your team's record or who your team has previously played. You have to base it off his individual stats and the importance of him and his role on that team and on that offense. Without Russell Wilson, there is no Seattle. But without Cam Newton, you can still play with Carolina. Without Tom Brady, you can still have New England. It's possible. But I mean, let's keep that honest. Now let's keep this thing moving. We're gonna go ahead and I want to talk a little bit about DeMarco Murray in Philly. I think DeMarco Murray's time in Philly is up. I do believe that Jerry Jones is going to make a big blockbuster deal this summer. Go back and get his workhorse from Philly. Bring him back to Dallas. They're going to draft a quarterback, and Dallas is going to be back. And everybody knows that I absolutely, positively hate Dallas with a passion. But I do believe Murray will be back in a Dallas uniform next year. That's my prediction for next year. Also, I have to talk about these Atlanta Falcons, man. Atlanta started off the season so well, but it's like now they're not even. I don't think Atlanta could probably beat Baltimore. Like, what is going on in Atlanta? So many turnovers. The offense is horrible. Kyle Shanahan has to go. I mean, Matt Ryan is out of rhythm. Atlanta's a train wreck. They were once an undefeated team, top 5 in the power rankings in the NFL. And now they're not even there. So I think this all season is going to be, some heads are going to turn in Atlanta because they have all the pieces that they need to be a successful team. And the defense this is probably the best defense they've had in a while. You know what I'm saying? With all the players that they have in the positions that they have. So I believe that, you know, Kyle Shanahan's time as an offensive coordinator in Atlanta is coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. So, with that being said, a little short, quick show. I'm going to hop back into this game. I want to keep watching this New England game. I'm focused on this New England game. But y'all catch me tomorrow. We're going to get the show back popping. Everything's back rolling. All our stuff. We're ready to roll. So, we'll come back tomorrow. We're going to hop back on our show. Till then, peace.